Alright guys, what I'm going to talk about now is our 5 minute predictive trade. This is probably my second favorite trade. My accuracy on them is actually very good with the trades, and we've got one what's called a 5 minute fade as well. But what I'm actually going to show you now is just our 5 minute trade and how it's actually created. On this particular chart, we've got two sets of lines that are moving around. We've got this yellow one and the blue one. Okay, they're our first two moving averages. And also we've got this red one and our blue one here as well. Okay, and these ones are what's called predictive averages. The first blue and yellow one are moving averages, simple moving averages, and this blue one and red one here are what's called predictive averages. Okay, the first thing we need to be looking at when we're going to see if one of these trades are going to come up is what are the actual moving averages doing. Okay, the simple rule to remember is when the yellow line is below the blue one, we're looking for sell signals only. Okay, and when the yellow line crosses back above the blue line, we're looking for buy signals only. That is the first thing you need to know when you're looking at the chart. Now, as we move from there, at the moment we can quite clearly see that this yellow line is below this blue line. To actually create the sell or any buy for these 5 minute trades, we need to look at these two predictive averages. Okay, so as this is coming up, this red line, every time it crosses down below the blue, it creates a sell signal. Okay, every time the red line crosses back above the blue line here, it creates a buy signal. Now it only can go with the buy signal or sell signal depending on where the moving averages are. Okay, so obviously with the yellow line below the blue, it's only looking for sells. So in this case, when the red line comes down and crosses down, at the end of this candle, which represents 5 minutes in time, we'll be looking to sell right at the end of that 5 minutes. Okay, and go for 2 or 3 points profit depending on what we're doing in any given day. So it's quite clearly, it's actually a very slow moving trade, and it's very easy to pick up during the day. There's normally one or two of them in most days. Okay, and you have to decide whether it's one worth taking a shot at or not. And in our trade manual and that, you can have a look at the best setups that we're looking for, and during the day we'll explain to you which ones we're looking to buy and sell at as well. So this is one of our trade signals that, in my opinion, is very conservative. It's very easy to read, and there's not many chances in any given day, which is actually a good thing. People think that when you're learning to trade, you want as many trades or what have you in a day. I would prefer to take one winning trade a day and then be done with it. Okay, because that's how you can make a lot of money in trading, is accumulating the money than taking a hell of a lot of trades, in my opinion. Because initially when you first start trading, you want to make a fortune off $2,000. Well, the reality is you need a little bit more capital to get moving to make some real good money out of trading. So what we're looking here, in this case here, we can see a couple of arrows here, and you'll see these in the trading room. They're automated. And also now when you get your own charts, we give you the automated system so you can run it on your own charts and see how all these arrows and that come up for you, and it actually makes things a lot easier, and with back testing and all that sort of stuff too, so you can have a look at how many worked, how many don't, and all that sort of thing. Okay, so we've got an orange arrow here pointing down, so that's quite clearly telling us that this is the sell candle. We've got the white arrow here. The white arrow is telling us the entry point. So the entry point is at the end of this 5 minute candle. And right at the end of that, we can either sell at the market or put on a limit order, depending on the market. And then we're looking for the market to push down. And that's really a perfectly looking one. What you're looking for is the yellow line to be still pointing completely down, and the blue line coming down as well. And that's giving us the all clear that this has good potential to push down to its profit target down here. Okay, so that's a classic example of a sell one. So we'll move along. I'll try to get across to so we'll have a look at this buy one now. So what we can clearly see, and the other one was a sell one, so this is a buy one. So we're looking for basically the opposite things going on. So in this case here, quite clearly we've got the yellow line way above the blue line. Okay, so that's the first thing we're looking for. And then we've got this red line that's come down here and switched up, and as soon as it closes above that blue line, that actually creates the buy signal, and we enter at the end of that 5 minute candle, and we've got our entry point, which is our white arrow. Then we've obviously got a profit target up here of our our green one, and this is telling us to go long. So during the day, what we're really looking for out of a buy one or a sell one, so if we're looking for a buy one, we want this moving average still pointing up. Okay, if it's pointing down like this, coming down, if it's coming down like this, and we've got a buy signal here somewhere, we don't really want to take that because it's telling us more likely the market is more likely to go down instead of up. So we want to be going with when the moving average is pointing well up and going basically with the trend, and as the trade comes along, we'll take that as we go. A couple of other things you need to look out for, rules that are set in the software, is that it will not take any trade before 10 o'clock in the morning, okay, chart time. And also, it doesn't take any long trades if the market is within 2 points of the high of the day, or it won't take any sell trades if it's within 2 points of the low of the day. The high or the low of the day that the software's been programmed into is the 9:30. Okay, so right down the bottom here you can see it's 9:30. We've got our dotted line here. This is the open of the cash market. So if the market's within 2 points of the high of the day, it won't trigger the trade, and if the market's within 2 points of the low of the day, it won't trigger a sell trade. So they're things you need to look out for when you're running yourself. You'll be thinking, why isn't it creating a buy here, or why isn't it created a sell here? Because the moving averages have done what they're meant to do. It's because it's too close to the high of the day or too close to the low of the day, which means it hasn't got that much potential to work. Okay, so that's why I've created the rules in there with all the back testing and stuff I've done. That helps us out to make sure we're using the signals when they're going to work best. And also, when we're looking to enter into these trades, I'm looking for where is the entry point, has my stop loss got a bit of protection, and has it got good potential for profit. They're all the things that we go into. And go into the trade manual, get the checklist out, and study this trade. I reckon it's one of the best trades to start on because it's very slow moving. There's 1 or 2 opportunities a day, and they've definitely got good potential for profit. So I just think they're one of the things that I look for. So if I see the 5 minutes is more looking to go up, if the market's looking to go up with the moving averages, that helps me out with my PowerPoint trades, it helps me out with my power fade trades, it helps me out with everything. So I believe if you learn the 5-minute trade first, even if you want to move on, because normally you'll learn 1 or 2 trades, but learn one at a time. So if you learn this 5-minute one really well, then you can move on to a PowerPoint trade or a power fade trade or the bullet trades, and this one will help you out with every other trade. So I think it's one of the best ones to learn. It helps you learn about the market and where it's more likely to go. And obviously, if you know where the market's more likely to go, it's much easier to be looking for those sorts of trades. So that's a 5-minute trade. I believe it's one of the best ones. So really study it on the trade menu. When you get into the trading room, get the guys to explain why we didn't buy this one or sell this one, or why we did buy and sell it. And one of the fastest way to learn is just to keep asking questions in there. Alrighty, cheers guys.